Hello Aries and welcome to Providence. My name is KK and this is your general weekly reading for the week commencing the 23rd of August 2020. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're all very well. Once again, this is for the Aries Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs of Aries, as well as the cross watchers. Everyone is most welcome here. And as always, please be reminded that this is a general weekly reading and only to take what resonates with you and leave the rest for somebody else out there in the collective Aries. As you know, this can just take a few moments just to find the right cards to start your weekly reading. So as I'm doing that, please consider clicking that subscribe button below the video, as I do have ongoing weekly readings available for everybody. And out comes the world for you, Aries. This is where we start your excuse me. This is where we start your weekly reading, the world. And the world is a card about completion. In particular, the completion of life cycles, karmic cycles. This is an accomplishment card. This is the universe saying, yes, you've passed the tests. You've learned what you needed to learn in that cycle. You've experienced, you've gained wisdom and knowledge. Now's the time to integrate that fully into the next cycle that will begin for you. So completion of life cycles, karmic cycles, and the accomplishment of that. Here you are jumping through the laurel of victory there, guided by the 4 elements in the corners. So congratulations, Aries. This is the ending, the completion of a particular life cycle that you've been going through. And with endings come new beginnings, my friends. So let us get all the cards on the deck and we'll get into the rest of the week for you. Well, the card at the bottom of the deck this week is the Magician. You have the Magician energy with you throughout the week. And the Magician signifies manifestation, resourcefulness, your personal power, inspired action. The Magician always has one arm outstretched there to the universe and the other pointing down to our earthly realm, speaking about the manifestation of your intentions, the co-creation of your intentions into your life. All the tools on the table here speaking about your personal power, your resourcefulness, the affinity symbol above your head signifying divine timing. The universe is co-creating with you now, so use that energy wisely. Amazing. Let us see what is crossing you this week. The 10 of Wands. Well, this has been a hard road that you've had to go on in this particular life cycle. The 10 of Wands speaks about hard work, stress, exhaustion. It's a card about responsibilities, or even responsibilities that become burdens of you. You know, you've been carrying that load of wands there for a very, very long time. But it's also a card again about achievement. So you've got 2 achievement cards here. You've actually achieved what you set out to do. You were asked to carry this pile of wands from your village to the next village, and you've made it. The village is right there. You can drop off this responsibility. You can drop off this burden. I sometimes wonder with this card, is it a responsibility that you've taken on solely that isn't solely your responsibility? I know that was a very bad sentence, but do you know what I mean? And that's why it's become a burden. Perhaps other people in your life need to shoulder some of that responsibility with you. Nevertheless, this is a card of achievement. As I've said, you can drop this pile of wands off now. You have achieved what you set out to do. You can drop off this burden. You can drop off this responsibility. You're at completion of this life cycle. The 9 of Pentacles is in your past position this week, Aries. And the 9 of Pentacles is a card about abundance, but a card about the high-end abundance. This is a card about luxury. It's walking in the Garden of Eden's high-end luxury, if that makes sense. It's a card about self-sufficiency. It's a card about financial independence. This is having your cake and eating it too, almost. You're in a great financial position at the moment. You can pay the bills, keep the roof over your head, have some for savings, and have a little slush fund for those nicer things in life that we all like. That might be saving up for the dream holiday. It might be the pair of shoes that you've been eyeing off. It might just be as simple as a luxurious bubble bath. But whatever it is, you have abundance, but an abundance of abundance. You've got the cake and eat it too. Excuse me. I think this is what has brought you into the end of this life cycle. I think this is what this hard work has been all about. Collating your financial independence, your self-sufficiency. You've worked very hard at it. And now it's paying off. You have learnt those lessons about hard work, about focus, about being conservative with your money, perhaps. Not surprisingly, here we have the 10 of Swords. And I say not surprisingly because I often find this card can sometimes accompany both these cards, the World and the 10 of Wands there. So 2 10s on the deck. And the 10 of Swords is a card about some painful ending. It's a dark night of the soul card, as you can see right here. It's a card that can sometimes signify betrayal, a loss in your life. There's certainly a deep wound at the moment because of this ending. But what I'm always drawn to in this card is this little strip of yellow along here. And for me, that suggests a new day is dawning, as it always does. So this is the finale. It is the ending. It will hurt, absolutely. But a new day is dawning and you will get yourself up and you'll dust yourself off and you will start the recovery process. I think this painful ending obviously has something to do with the completion of this particular life cycle. And the ending, I really feel, is tied into this responsibility here. This burden you've been carrying. As much as you want to drop this burden, this responsibility off, and you can, perhaps that's going to cause a little bit of pain for you to do so. Well, the Queen of Cups is certainly going to help you out here. The Queen of Cups in your crowning position this week. Now, the Queen of Cups, her strengths are her compassion, her caring, her nurturing. She's very emotionally stable, highly intuitive. Her throne floats in water. She understands the ebbs and flows of life and of people and of situations and relationships, all of that. She holds the Ace of Cups in her hand there, which is love, compassion, self-love, self-healing. And I said that's why I feel this Queen of Cups is going to help you. They're going to help you get up, dust yourself off and start this recovery journey. And this Queen of Cups is going to be a Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces, a man or a woman. I don't read gender into the cards unless I'm called to do so. But certainly someone Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Aries. And they're really going to help you on this road to recovery. I don't think it's a long road. As we said, this is the end of a life cycle. And obviously there's a transition period and a new cycle begins. But they're certainly going to help you, with that self-healing from the lessons, maybe some hard lessons that you've had to learn along the way. And here you've got the Queen of Wands. Essentially, this is you, Aries. This is you in your feminine position, in your personal power. The Queen of Wands in this position is exuberant, it is vibrant, radiates a warmth, is very determined as well. People naturally gravitate towards you, Aries, this. But this determination is absolutely going to see you through to the road to recovery before this new life cycle begins. This is just absolutely you in your personal power here, holding that Ace of Wands, speaking about new beginnings, speaking about being inspired, creating new beginnings out of potential that you may see. So very, very positive reading here, Aries. As always, I like to take one final card just to summarise the weekly reading for you. But if you are resonating with this, by all means, please give the video a like. Please feel free to leave a comment if you would like to. And if you haven't already, please consider clicking that subscribe button below the video, as I do have ongoing weekly readings available for everybody. Let's get this final card out for you, Aries. There it is. It is the number 54. It is Skunk Spirit. And the message Skunk Spirit brings is know your worth. And I think this also goes back to this responsibility, this burden you've been carrying. Know your worth. Know what you have to offer and what that is worth. Not necessarily in a financial sense, but know what that is worth. Don't let people walk over you, Aries. Which is highly unlike you, but I feel it's tied up to this responsibility here. Let us see what Skunk Spirit has to say to you this week. Skunk Spirit comes as you are reminded that you can be proud of who you are and know that you have accomplished. Know your worth. Not everyone will agree with you or share your values, but you can walk with your head high, knowing that when you express your integrity, others can feel your authenticity and will be inspired by it. Be who you are, and if your reputation precedes you, then good. You have much to be proud of, and Skunk Spirit wants you to be your best self, the true you. I will leave that with you as the final message of the week, Aries. I wish you all a fabulous week ahead. I do look forward to seeing you next week. And until then, from me to you, much love and light. Bye-bye.